If you see the F4 stations, have you been to any F4 station? Anybody? Where? In Lower, yes. If you go to any of these F4 stations, so-called, they have a big perimeter wall, first and foremost, okay? And it's called as a station. Everything is under that station. Everything. All units, logistic units, fighter units, everything lies within that perimeter of a station, okay? And from there only they operate, they come back there only. They don't go anywhere else. They don't go on any ground. They don't have to, because their role is sky. So they are located as such kind of places. Understood? Whereas if you see the army, right from the heights of Siachen, okay, to Nubra Valley, Leh, Ladakh, Kargil, this thing, that thing, to the deserts, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Udaipur, here, there, everywhere there are units and there are formations. So you don't have one station in Jaipur and everything within it. No. There's a headquarters. Southwest Command is in Jaipur. Headquarters now. That is also there. There's a sub-area also there in Jaipur. But those are separately located. There are units also there. Separately located. They manage their own security in the army. We don't have DSC. In this station, F4 station, they have DSC. Okay. What is DSC? Somebody can tell me? What is DSC? Okay. Tell me after the lecture. Okay. The DSC comprises of people who were in the services and they got retired. A Sipahi retires after 15 years of service. Listen carefully. A Nayak. What is a Nayak? Two stripes. Okay. Single stripe is last Nayak. Two stripes is Nayak. So a single stripe becomes an NCO from there onwards. So two stripe person is called as an Nayak. He is a corporal in the Air Force. Okay. He retires at 17 years of service. After 17. A Havaldar with three stripes. 19 years of service. So that's the way, then when they become JCO, you have a star here with a stripe here. Single star means second lieutenant. To differentiate the JCO rank from officer rank, you have a stripe here, three color stripe. So that means he's a JCO rank. And then one star. He's a Naib Subedar. Understood? The Naib Subedar. You have two stars with the stripe is a Subedar. Okay. Then what do you have after that? What is the rank? What emblem? Ashokastam. Ashokastam is a Subedar major. Major का rank वही रहता है. But Subedar major है तो वो rank वही है, but is a stripe. उसके बाद खत्म. वो तो maximum है. There's only one Subedar major in a unit. Like there's one CO, there's one Subedar major. उसका वो respect होता है. He's a JCO, Subedar major, but वो कोई काम नहीं करता. It's a ceremonial appointment. He is always with the CO of the unit. Because he's done his bit. So there are Subedars and there are other people under this with their sections in their departments and all that. Once you become a Subedar major, your only role is with the CO. You are supposed to be telling everything about the troops, their health, their physical, mental condition, financial problems, any kind of problem. Somebody has got very secretive disease or whatever. So he's got his own people to tell him, and he tells it directly to the CO. Nobody else. Sometimes he may speak to the 2IC, because 2IC is the person who's running the unit. CO doesn't run the unit. Similarly, like the Subedar major. So the CO doesn't run the unit. CO is the head. But the unit is run by the second in command. Similarly, everywhere. If you see your command headquarters also, we have the army commander. But army commander doesn't run the command. Who runs the command? No, there is no 2IC here. Chief of Staff. What is the designation? Chief of Staff. Something like he's like a 2IC, but he's called the Chief of Staff. He's also Lieutenant General. Army Commander is a Lieutenant General. Chief of Staff is a Lieutenant General. Corps commanders are also Lieutenant Generals. Okay? But there is a difference. The Army Commander, and there are PSUs, Principal Staff or PSOs, Principal Staff Officers, which are in the Army headquarters. There are 6, 7 or 7 of them. Adjutant General, Chief Quartermaster General, MS, Military Service. which does the posting of all the officers and all that. Oh, let's say there are 7 of them. They are all Vice Chief of Staff, and then there's a Deputy Chief of Staff, Army Staff. Okay, there's one Vice Chief. There are 1 or 2 Deputy Chief also under the Chief. Chief is also a ceremonial post. These are the people who actually execute orders, plan operations. So Army Chief is here. Then comes the PSOs and the Army commanders. Okay. Sir. Good morning. Hello. So the PSOs and the Army commanders, they are what? They are also Lieutenant General, but they are of a senior rank. Out of them, out of the PSOs and the Army commanders, one will become the next chief. So the Army commander sitting here in Southern Command may become the next chief. The Army commander sitting in Shimla, heading a training command, may become the next chief. It is not necessary that the vice chief of the deputy chief of Army staff will become. Any one of them also can become. It's governed more by political favoritism. I'll call it as favoritism. Because at that level, they are all very well qualified. They have seen everything, all that. So anybody can become a chief. And chief is a ceremonial thing. They're heading active commands and active departments. So they can very well become a chief. But it is again gone by the political considerations. Okay. So one of them becomes a chief. The second is the below the Lieutenant General rank. The next Lieutenant rank is the Chief of Staff. Chief of Staff and the Corps Commander, they are of the same level. But in seniority, the Chief of Staff is senior. He has already done Corps Commander's tenure as Lieutenant General, and then he's come here to the Command and Corps. Okay. So that is the Chief of Staff here is Lieutenant General Manjeet Singh. Okay. So that is the setup of the Indian Army. So in each unit is on its own in the army for its security, for its administration, for its everything. We have a quartermaster also who does the provisioning of rationing, clothes, necessities, paint, varnishes, everything. Also spare parts for the vehicle, urban space as we call it. All that thing is provisioned by the quartermaster. Somebody said adjutant. Adjutant is directly below the 2IC, though he reports directly to the CO also. He passes orders from the CO to the company commanders, to various people, to the even communicate to the 2IC. But generally, the 2IC, the CO personally makes it an effort of telling the 2IC or taking the 2IC into confidence of every important thing. Accounts are with the second in command. All accounts. Officers are under the second in command. Discipline is also under the 2IC. Everything is under the 2IC. So 2IC is a very powerful organization. Like here, the Chief of Staff. So that is the basic setup of Indian Army. So major difference is in the Air Force, you are into a station, you go to a station, you be there. Each station there are units, various units, but they are not responsible for their security. The DSC platoon, 1 platoon, 2 platoons, they are responsible for the perimeter security. They have proper security, watchtowers, everything. In force, there is nothing like that. You move from here to the desert, there's nothing there except deserts. You make your own perimeter there. You put your people on guard. You rotate the guards. You do everything. You provision for your basics, for food, water, everything. In the Air Force station, there's a logistic unit which caters for everything from outside, for all the units inside. It just distributes. Whereas here you need to sometimes go 200 kilometers to collect your rations. Sometimes collect your food, clothing, necessities, spare parts. Because you are located anywhere and everywhere. So the army is an entirely different setup than the Air Force. And similarly with the Navy. Navy also it is fine. There are fixed stations. मुंबई है, विशाखापट्टनम है, कारवार है, इधर है, उधर है, सब फिक्स्ड है, और सिर्फ सी में रहते हो. So 1 month if they sail, 1 month they are on the ground duty. Ground duty means not because their all operations, everything is on the sea. So when they are sailing, they are sailing. But then after some time they are back into the on the shore. They are on the shore. So there also is that is field area is limited. But for the army, the world is a playground. You can be anything. You can go on anywhere. You can climb any mountain. You can cross any desert, any ford, any water stream, everything. And the unit has got the capability to do all these things, except for certain area wise. If you go to high altitude, then you are given those special clothing. But basic clothing you already have with you. Only those special clothing are given to you. Okay. So army is a very different. That's why if you find you see an army officer and you see a naval officer and a Air Force officer. I'm not discussing others who are aspiring to join the Navy or the Air Force. But if you see the three of them, what do you feel? Yes, girls. Last one. What do you feel when you see an army, Navy, and Air Force, all three smart people standing there? What is your first reaction? No problem. What do you think if you're not trying to compare now? Uniforms are as it is, matter of pride. But what do you feel? Hey, Army, Navy, Air Force. What do you feel? तुमने देखा तीन फौजी खड़े हैं अलग अलग यूनिफॉर्म में, तुमको क्या लगता है कौन सा अच्छा लगता है, कौन सा थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है, कौन सा थोड़ा कम लगता है? वेरी गुड.
This is a perception-based question.
But यार, don't get into the what I told you, clarity, brevity, accuracy, and speed. Be brief, to the point. If you are up to contribute, to the point. Perception, सबके perception. मैं बैठा perception है. Some people may like me, some people may not like me. Perception है. Understood?
I respect all same, so I won't.
So then don't even speak because I didn't ask that. I didn't expect that answer. I want an answer that तीन लोग खड़े in the background of what I just said about the roles of the defense forces, different forces. Army का अलग है, Navy का अलग है और Air Force का. आपके हिसाब से now when you judge what in the character, of course the basic characters are the same. They all have gone through the SSB. But your profession, your family, your friend circles shape your life. The content that you see, the company that you keep, it shapes your life. Similarly, when you are in the army, you're operating at heights and all those places, it shapes your life. When you're in the Air Force, it shapes your life in a different way. When you go to sailing, it's a different sailing altogether. Okay. When you see those INS Vikrant, the second one, and the vertical, no, the Vikramaditya also, and then those aircraft taking off from the deck. It's a different feeling altogether. What do you people, I mean, just last one attempt. How can you differentiate? What different traits do you find in these things? You must rake up your mind. Okay. And I'm giving you those pointers. Think broad. And start thinking into details. तीनों सामने तीनों यूनिफॉर्म खड़े, तीनों के यूनिफॉर्म इंप्रेसिव. What difference would you find in them? Anybody attempting to answer? अरे आर्मी वाला खड़ा है, नेवी खड़ा है और एयरफोर्स वाला खड़ा है, तो उनके इसमें तुमको डिफरेंस नहीं नजर आएगा? No, यार. Saluting, we are not talking about saluting and all that. Uniform different, color different, caps different. We are talking about salute. We have to go about character of the officers, the three officers.
But an army has gone to more field training, more rigorous field training.
Yeah. Nice. So what difference would we be?
Just physical appearance. different from war,
Okay.
Air Force.
Then what else? Nice beginning. If people have started thinking now, what else? The most daredevil among the three will be the army person. He is, as she said, he's subjected to everything. He goes in the train at short notice. F4 people they try to fly. They say कि यार इधर का नजदीक स्टेशन कौन सा है? He'll go to the station. He see कि कोई एयरक्राफ्ट जा रहा है क्या बैंगलोर में? तो मैं इसमें लिफ्ट ले सकता है क्या? They manage those kind of things because they are from the Air Force. They know the working. They are there. उधर जा सकते हैं. Army का कुछ we don't even think about the Air Force. The moment you get a warrant, you just climb into the train and you go without reservation also. I've come from Jabalpur with a warrant of second AC. That time second AC was the only one. Even now it is second AC. From Jabalpur there was no seat, not even a seat for me. I was doing a management course. The course got over. I had to come home to Pune. I didn't get a seat for the 18-20 hours, 24 hours. Despite having a warrant, I was standing near the toilet area. The TT was very apologetic. He was moving around, sir, क्या करूं मैं? अगर कोई भी सीट हुआ तो मैं आपको दूंगा. मैं कहा don't worry, दे दे आराम से. But you don't sweat. So I lost out. आर्मी से उतना पेमेंट चला गया रेलवेज को, बट सीट कहाँ मिली? There was no seat. So we rough it out. Then when you go to Siachen, we are talking about Galvan Ali yesterday. Siachen, every step you take is hazardous. Which Air Force officer, which naval officer will take that kind of step? I'm not degrading anybody. I'm just talking about the hazards and the personality that shapes up because of your service conditions. The bonding is more in the army than anywhere else. Anywhere else. Not only Air Force, Navy, anywhere else. 161 officers passed out with me. How many? 161 from the OTA Madras. Out of which 12, 13 of them would be no more now. Rest all, some people are not communicable because some people are one in Australia, US, and New Zealand, and all that. But the rest are there, about 120, 125, 130 of them. It's a WhatsApp group. Now, in a short span of 10 months, there are 4 different companies. We have not even, we must have just met, must have just seen somebody of different company. But here we all are coastmates. So when anything happens, anybody's kid is getting married, the open invitation for everybody. And we all go there. We all honor that. Coastmates. If anybody has got any work here in Pune, if you know that I'm in Pune, he'll give me a call. Javed Kame. I said, done. The word is what? Done. Now shoot your problem. I've not met him. 34 years now. That's a lot of me. But the reaction will be the same. Okay, now you tell me the problem. Which family, which brotherhood, which bonding will you have all this? So that is the bonding we have amongst the coastmates. Coastmate is a very, very heavyweight word. It transcends everything. So his work will be done. If I can't do it, I'll tell somebody in the entire group or people who are here and they will chip in. That is because we spend the entire time together. We travel together. There is a sandstorm which devastates all the tents, everything. We rebuild, cook food, and eat. What food? At that time, it will be only khichdi. And that khichdi, when we eat, you will find that thing, the sand in it, because sand is so fine. What do you eat? If somebody has to go somewhere, I have personally rode my motorcycle. An officer was to go. They had some emergency. My colleague and we were second lieutenants in Dinjan, Tinsukia, extreme northeast. We had to go urgently, evening time. And there were leopards all around because of the tea gardens, huge tea gardens. And that is a very safe place for leopards. There are a lot of leopards. And evening time, they come on the road. So he had to be dropped. Army vehicle could not go because there was a ban. Ulfa was quite strong that time. And he had to be dropped on the railway station, which was 25 kilometers away. So I dropped. I picked up my motorcycle, he picked up a bag. उन्होंने किसको कुछ बोला नहीं, क्वाइटली निकल गया उधर से वापस आ गया. When the CEO came to know कि वो कहाँ गया, किधर गया, बोला चला गया, उसको परमिशन भी किया छुट्टी. How did he go? Everybody was quiet. Nobody was willing to tell the CEO. That is the strength of a unit. Everybody was different. Some 2-3 majors, one lieutenant colonel, 2 IC, baki one captain, 1 or 2 captains, and baki lieutenants. That was the structure. But we all are one. Nobody said anything. Then that 2 IC pacified the CEO. He said, "Oh, Javed ने उसको drop करके आया. He is safe. 15 kilometers, 10 kilometers of that road through the tea gardens, and then you hit the highway. Then 25 kilometers to the railway station. And militancy all around. That time this bullfight started, it had gained a lot of strength. But that's what you do. So these are things that binds you together. So that binding is what differentiates the army and the army officers with the rest. Understood? So you find a character. Army chap, he's standing there, you couldn't care less. Kya situation hai, kuch hai. He will wait. If there's a situation developing, he'll be the first one to jump into it. But a first chap will be very guarded. He's not exposed to those kind of situations outside. Very guarded, very safe place is the Air Force Station. उसके अंदर ही घूमना, उसके अंदर ही गाड़ी चलाओ, उसके अंदर सब करो. शॉपिंग सेंटर है, कैंटीन है, सब कुछ वहीं पर अंदर ही. बस उठ के उधर से घुमाई 2 किलोमीटर 3 किलोमीटर आगे हो गया, उसका जिम में सब कुछ. या जिम में किधर होती फौज में? There's no gym. But Air Force Station में होती है, नेवल स्टेशन में होती है. और नेवल स्टेशन में they go to sailing, then it is tough. So these your service conditions build up your character. Okay. So now coming to questions now. Any fresh questions in your mind? Any aspects that you want to learn? Keep your preparation simple. Okay, as simple as possible, and covering the basics only. You are not supposed to be knowing about the way he was asking insignia and symbol and all that. That is not even taught in the normal curriculum of the defense forces. It's not beyond knowledge of this. It's good to ask question and fox your candidate. It is not desirable. What desirable is, do you have the basic characteristics to become an officer? Are you loyal? Are you focused? Is your integrity 100% integrity? Are you a thinking soldier or not? Are you physically fit, mentally tough? And do you keep abreast with the latest happenings? An important happening. That's about it. Nothing beyond that. Is just SPI, not even SSB. So don't get too worked up about this. Whatever I'm saying, Anisari is saying and others are saying, just to provoke your mind. Okay. Increase your horizon. But don't get listening with these things. If you remember, good. If you don't remember, nothing. Because these things are going to be taught to you when you join SPA, when you join NDA. तो फिर अगर अभी तुमको सब आता रहेगा तो एनडी में क्या सीखोगे? Understood? Well, what will you learn if you learn everything right here only? You will be given training, all kind of training, all kind of knowledge. Then you will be taught all this. Basic physical है, ठीक है, because बाकी physical तो तुमको वहाँ करेंगे ना, monkey rope करना, ये करना, वो करना. If you do here now, if you know all that thing also, it's a plus point. You know marching, if you have that thing, that means you are aligned yourself to this profession. But if you don't know marching, that doesn't mean you will not get selected. We'll teach you marching. There are ustads, Nags and all that in our academy. They'll teach you that. So don't sweat. Again, I'm saying, whatever I'm also talking is just to probe your mind. Okay, make you a better person, a better citizen. All these things is that also. And to know about the defense forces. But don't get hustled. Relax. You have done sufficient studies. You know sufficiently well, and we don't expect you to know everything. Okay. Only relevant things, a little bit of this and that. If you don't know कि पहला स्पेस में कौन गया था, इट्स ओके, गया था, बाद में पता चल सकता उसका क्या रेलेवेंस है, हमारे प्रोफेशन से क्या रेलेवेंस है, इट्स नॉलेज, इट्स अ नॉलेज बेस. But what is army, what are commands? Supposing it is desirable that you know what are commands, but not beyond commands. So it becomes secret also. कौन से कोर है, किधर लोकेटेड है, क्या है, जो everybody knows today. Formations कौन से कहाँ पर है, but still there is a secrecy. Commands are known. There are people moving around here of our adversaries. They keep a track. Similarly, we keep a track. Just for interest, when our officers go to the post after we get commission, okay, let's say Sikla unit है Abor में, and he goes there to the post. वो post पे डालते हैं उसको, youngsters को, to see, to understand that. When he goes there, there is a call आता है हमारे वो हाथ से करने वाले 4 5 होता है उसके ऊपर. On the other side is who? Pakistani. That chap tells you, welcome, Lieutenant so and so, so and so. You are from this place. Okay. You have joined recently. So welcome to this post. कौन post पे welcome कराते हैं? Adversary. So they keep a track. मतलब that is the level of track they keep. Similarly, we also keep a track. It's not हम चुप के बैठे, कुछ नहीं होता. All countries and all they have this similarity. In the northeast, Shillong is the headquarters of Assam Rifles. There is something called as DGAR, Director General, Assam Rifles. Assam Rifles was an organization during independence, which was of the Assam state. So now that could not be disbanded. A lot of this thing, organization got disbanded. A lot of got merged with the regular army in different units. This Assam Rifle was a very used thing and matter of pride for that. So they say, disband nahi hoga. So we adopted that Assam Rifles structure into the Home Ministry. There's a Defense Ministry. You understand what is the difference between Home Ministry and Defense Ministry? No? Okay. Very important thing. This comes under the basics only now. When you have the security of your nation, okay, there are a couple of tiers. The first line of defense, we call it defense, not offense. Huh? Remember that, because we are not here to just go and fight. We are here to defend our nation, defend the territorial boundary of our nation. So the first line of defense is what? The armed forces. Now, who all are in the armed forces? The army, the navy, and the air force. Okay? These are the three. Combinedly, they are called as defense forces, armed forces, or army, navy, and air force. Okay, these come under the defense minister. Any war or any conflict will be fought by whom? Armed forces, not the others. Now you have this. Then you have the DGOF with them, the Director General Ordnance Factory, which got disbanded last September. Who comes under DGOF? We have got nothing to do with DGOF, but everything to do, because they are the ones who manufacture small arms for us, ammunition for us, clothing for us, shoes, and all that. So under them, there are ordnance factories, ammunition factories. We have ammunition factory here in Khadki. How many people know? Ammunition factory, Khadki. They make small arms. Yes. Small arms, they make grenades also here. Similarly, we have the small arms factory in Kanpur. When you don't know, क्यों बीच में बात कर रहे हैं? मतलब कौन सी फैक्ट्री बताओ? अगर नहीं मालूम है तुमको यार, you just jump to it and break the conversation. What do you say? You take classes of these people and इनको गुमराह करो. I'll give an opportunity. Please don't talk in between like this. If you don't know, if you're very sure, please let me know. Otherwise, just listen. I'm telling you everything, how the structure is. Okay. So there is a small arms factory in Ichhapur, near Calcutta. There is a small arms factory in Kanpur. In Kanpur, they make revolvers and pistols, and some rifles also. Ordnance factory Ichhapur primarily makes rifles. Okay, understood. So these are factories that are located in Kanpur. You got ordnance factories which make clothing. जो क्लोथिंग हमारे आती है वो कहाँ से आएंगी? हम थोड़ी मार्केट से लेते हैं. It is contracted by ordnance factory in Kanpur. There's an ordnance depot COD in Mumbai. सिटी में सिनेमेटोग्राफिक फिल्म्स जो आर्मी में आती है वो वहां से आती है बिकॉज बॉम्बे है वो. ओके, देन महिंद्रा जीप्स सप्लाइड बाय महिंद्रा फ्रॉम देयर. उसके टायर्स, उसका वो स्पेयर पार्ट्स, एंड देन दे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट टू द आर्मी. ओके, so ordnance factories are under the DGOF, but he's a separate entity. He's a civilian, generally from their own cadre or the IS. And he under him he's got all these army. There was an ordnance factory in Talegaon, the Dev Road also. When you go to Dev Road, when you cross Dev Road Canton, on the left side is the big ordnance factory. So plethora of ordnance factories making all this. There's some ordnance factories make leather items also. Kanpur, Agra, those places. Because you find leather there, leather industries. So they make leather items. All this supply to the army comes from the ordnance factory with the GGOF. Okay, the DGOF they manufacture or they contract from outside and they send to the army, and they take their own commission also. It's a very different organization, not to be spoken much about, but that is what is there. And but again, as I said, hello, आर्मी में यूनियन नहीं होता है ना, तो वो ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्री जो दे देगा ले लेगा. वी कांट से एनीथिंग. उसको रिजल्ट भी करेंगे तो आएंगे उनके लोग, दिल बी प्रेशर ऑन यू, उसको एक्सेप्ट करो, एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा. Union this is the biggest thing. So substandard items also sometimes find their way into the army logistics, and you can only raise a report, a defect report. That's about. Ordnance factory Chapur se AK-47 and INSAS rifle, Indian small arms system, simple system. I used to contract for the entire northeast. Assam rifles. I was the SO1 ordnance there. So from Sikkim and the 7 states, Assam, Arunachal, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, Tripura, yes, all these states, all the borders are governed under the Assam rifles. There's a DG there, DG Assam rifles. Under them, we have all weapons I used to buy, all vehicles I used to buy, all small arms I used to buy, all equipment like binoculars, night vision devices, compasses, I used to buy for the entire force. So when this rifle came from this Ichhapur, we gave it to the EME, electrical and mechanical engineers, EME. They do repairs of all the equipments, instruments and all that. So they have a EME, small arms inspector. He called me over, कहता सर ये देखो क्या नहीं आई, अनपैक हुई है और उसमें जो स्क्रू लगे हैं उसमें जंग लगा हुआ है, रस्टी. कैन यू इमेजिन एनीवेयर आउटसाइड? कोई खरीदेगा ऐसा? कोई भी आइटम का अगर जंग लगा तो नेवर. But here it just came. I called them over. I said, "Yaar, kya nonsense hai ye?" No, sir, we are saving. Then they sent a team. And then the team came all the way from Calcutta and beyond, say, Ichhapur, say, we'll replace all that. They replaced. They replaced all those screw which were defective. I said, no, baki bhi hai. Baki rasuli wala because quality is bad. Yes, sir, we can give you more. I said, how much is a screw for? 25 rupees. Can you imagine? I'm talking about which year? 2004. 25 rupees for a small little screw. बोला हमारा रेट है. कौन सा रेट है हमारा? DGR का मतलब DG डायरेक्टर जनरल सप्लाईज एंड डिस्पोजल, S&D, उनका डायरेक्टर जनरल होता है, उसका उनका रेट है. रेट किसने किया? गवर्नमेंट ने किया. इमेजिन द वन गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर फ्रीजिंग द अदर बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव यूनियन. अंडरस्टूड? 25 रुपए का वो बेच रहा हमको स्क्रू. आई सेड टू हेल्प विद यू, मैं बाहर से खरीदूंगा. बस सर बाहर से खरीदोगे ये वेपन सिस्टम है, मैंने कहा बाहर खरीदोगे उससे 10 गुना अच्छा रहेगा वो क्वालिटी. और स्क्रू तो है वो, तुम्हारा स्क्रू तो वैसे ही रस्ट हो रहा. So I kicked them out from there. They went to our DG, met him. The DG knew me very well. Then the DG called me over. कहते जाओ क्या किया तुमने उसका? अच्छा ये देखो सर, this is the screw है. 25 रुपए का बेच रहा है screw. So when you don't have union, you face the flak. You're the best in the country, armed forces, army, सब. But when it comes to these things, these are the basic problems that are there. Quality assurance, DGQA होता है. Director General Quality Assurance. They assure the quality before the rifles are dispatched. What ship did he assess? How did I pass that QC? Quality control, quality check, stamp मारती कैसे किया? कैसे मार्क किया? और विद इन 2 days 3 days वो हमारे पास पहुंच गई. 3 दिन में रस भी लग गया उसको. फिर बाद में जब उसको जंगल में लेके जाएंगे हमारे ट्रूप्स, तो क्या होगा उसको? तो वो पूरी राइफल एक और रस्ट लगेगा. And the rifle will crumble. And here we are fighting Naga militants and those militants and all those Kuki militants and all that. There are certain things, there's certain of those negative things for the army because of we don't have a union. Okay. So these are certain problems. When you join the army, then you realize. But otherwise, you must enjoy life. It's a very good organization. Various experiences. The army people will have the maximum experiences. Then would be the naval sailors, and then comes the Air Force. Okay. So now what we covered is the first line of defense. Armed forces. Okay, the three. And the DGK is not actually considered into that. It is under the Defense Minister, same, Army, Navy, Air Force, and the DGQA. Okay? Okay, so far? Then you have something called as the Home Minister. Under the Home Minister, you have the rest of the people. Starting with BSF. What is BSF? Yes. When there is a peaceful border, a border which both countries agree, then we have the BSF, they have the Rangers. Pakistani have Rangers. Chinese have somebody else. Chinese का तो हमारे साथ कोई भी ऐसा border हुआ नहीं. It is disputed throughout here. So here, those border from here to various places, it is there. And some places we have agreed, this is the border. So those places we have the BSF. And they have the Park Rangers. We have those stones, pillar stones, numbered stones, boundary pillars with numbering 911, 912, 91. And then there's a no man's land. What is a no man's land? Anybody? नहीं वैसे भी कौन रहता है यार? उसके पीछे भी कोई नहीं रहता है इतनी दूर तक. What is a no man's land?
That land between the boundary of.
हाँ तो कितना कितना रहता है? कहाँ है? कितना लैंड होगा और क्यों होगा वो नो मैंस लैंड? Okay. No man's land is a land 100 meters this side and 100 meters this side. Understood? Is nobody is going to come into that 100 meters. They will also not come, we will also not go. Except when we are patrolling. Okay? If उससे ज़्यादा force आ गई, that means we are attacking. और उनके आगे तो that means they are attacking. It is taken like that. Then we scramble. हमारे बंदे उनको भी कहते क्या हो रहा है, ये कैसे आ रहा है, तुमने हमको inform नहीं करा. And mind you, when we do these exercises along the western border, we have to tell Pakistan. हमारी ये एक्सरसाइज है, नाम इसका ये एक्सरसाइज है, इस तारीख से इस तारीख तक है. एयरफोर्स कौन कौन पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे, दैट वी हैव टू टेल देम, मेक देम अवेयर. एंड हाउ मेनी पीपल, what level of exercise is a division level or a corps level or a brigade level or a unit level. So that has to be conveyed to the adversary, because then otherwise they will think that you are preparing for war. Similarly, when they undertake exercise, they have to inform us everything about that particular thing, those minimum things. Understood, everybody? So to keep that safe distance between the two nations, it is something called as that no man's land. It is neither us nor there. 100 meters here, 100 meters there. When your patrolling team goes there, they go by a vehicle, medium-sized vehicle. They inspect that pole, and then they come back. In certain places, they go by camel. Okay, there's a camel unit also. So the camel unit does patrol. Similarly, they also patrol that area. That's it. So 100 meters is a no man's land between an international border. Okay, Between a disputed border, you are seeing eyeball to eyeball. It may be like this, seeing like this distance. Eyeball, I can see his eyeball. It is called eyeball to eyeball, where there is a dispute. The moment he raises his head, I'll fire. The moment I raise my head, he'll fire. So in those kind of places, how would you take the stuff there? You require kerosene to keep warm. You require food. You require ammunition. You require everything. कैसे जाएगा वहां? कोई बंदा लेके आएगा ऐसा करके तो मार देगा खटाखट खटाखट. उनके बंदे आएंगे तो हम ही मार देंगे उनको, है ना? So there are channels dug in which a mule, बड़ा म्यूल है, एमए म्यूल होता है, माउंटेन आर्टी वाला म्यूल, बड़ा म्यूल होता है, वो गन्स कैरी करता है, आर्टी के गन्स कैरी, ह्यूज म्यूल है. वो भी उसके अंदर से जब आएगा तो इट विल नॉट बी सीन. इट इज दैट डीप. प्रॉपर बंकर टाइप बना हुआ है. इट विल कम टू द बंकर एंड वो अपना सामान अनलोड करके इट विल गो बैक. Otherwise it will be shot. So firing happens in this place where we are eyeball to eyeball. Where there is an international border, हमारे BSF उनका वो बंदे, it is good. Exchange of sweets on festivals, as I said, ये सब चीज में होता है. वहां से इधर से दारू जाती है उधर, liquor, but liquor is banned here. So they ask for liquor, so liquor is supplied from between the army only, BSF also. और वो लोग फिर उनका जो स्पेशलिटी है, उनकी वो सौंफ, बड़ी सौंफ बहुत अच्छी आती है, ग्रीन कलर की छोटी छोटी बड़ी सौंफ होती है, वो है. And a lot of things. If you go to Rajasthan, that area, you find a lot of Pakistani stuff there in their shops. They supply that. They give it exchange. It's not that we are always at fight with each other. As I said, we are doing soldiering, they are doing soldiering. And we respect each other as soldiers, as a profession. Okay. So that is the 100 meter. और बाकी जगह पे eyeball to eyeball regular force होती है. So under them, under the Home Ministry, one is the BSF, second one is CRPF. What is CRPF? Central is the police force. Okay, you see here CRPF. There is SRPF also. What is SRPF? State. Same thing. Central CRPF is under the central government, under the Home Ministry, and the state police is under the Home Minister of the state. Same thing. So anything happening here, any law and order problem, the SRPF will be used first. If it is beyond a particular level. If it fails, then you may call for local help of the army. The local army commander is contacted by letter and help is asked. The army commander send the unit. But if it is something very big and the army doesn't want to get involved at that stage, so they ask for the CRPF, companies of CRPF, 2 companies, 3 companies, something like election duties हो रही है. So why should army be? Army का काम वो नहीं है हमारा. So they will call for CRPF. CRPF will be there. Then there are other organizations called IB. What is IB? Intelligence Bureau. Where is it located? Delhi. हाँ, वो क्या है? वो क्या करता है? IB क्या करता है? हाँ, बस सिक्योरिटी अभी आया यार, पहले से वो बहुत पुराना बना है. इंदिरा गांधी ने बनाया था उसको. To be precise, what it does is it keeps a track of HNIs, high net worth individuals. पहले था 10 लाख का उस जमाने में, जब 82-85 के टाइम में 10 लाख से ऊपर जिसका भी उसके ऊपर फाइल हुई थी डिटेल उसका. अब वो रेस लिमिट तो बहुत आगे गया होगा. They have this file of every of this high net worth individuals. They keep track of money, कौन सा आ रहा है, किधर जा रहा है, कौन किसको दे रहा है, कैश कितना फ्लो हो रहा, those kind of things. Then specific things, specific intelligence gathering is also given to them. Understood? Okay. Now there is something called as SIB. B is for bureau only. I is for intelligence only. Services Intelligence Bureau. Sometimes they call it that. That is another organization which also does the same thing, what IB does. But it doesn't keep a file on people. It does this intelligence gathering. Then service, there's something called as SSB also. Not just SSB, an organization. What is SSB?
which is selecting who?
यार तुम कहीं के लिए अपने पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारते हैं सर्विस स्टेशन बोलते तुम जाओगे जब रिटर्न क्लियर करोगे वही बोल रहा तू यार मैं इधर क्यों एसएसबी बोलूंगा एसएसबी आके वो इधर के गार्ड करेगा तुमको या तुम्हारे लिए वो बॉर्डर पे जाएगा क्या बात कुछ ये बोलते हैं यू हैव टू चेक ऑन योरसेल्फ कंट्रोल इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट डोंट गेट अननेसेसरी थिंग्स यस व्हाट इज दैट सशस्त्र सीमा बल व्हाट डू दे डू
They are on border.
सो नेपाल बॉर्डर है उधर सशस्त्र सेना बल है बीएसएफ को नहीं भेजा तो एक अलग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्रिएट की है जो ये करती है फिर सिक्किम बॉर्डर कौन करता है
Indo border police.
ITBP. Okay, that is also another organization. So there are so many organizations under the Home Ministry. CISFB was one of them, Central Industrial Security Force, okay, which guards the airport also, and important installations.
तो ये CAPF का CAPF के अंदर आता है ना?
क्या?
ये सब की
हाँ.
energy
So what is CAPF?
Central Armed Forces.
Think about it.
Sir, CAPF तो didn't it come under the
You first talk about what is CAPF, then you talk about किसके अंदर है. What is CAPF?
they guard the area of
No, not guard. You tell me, don't jump. You tell me what is CAPF.
police forces.
Yes, it is CAPF. It is the same thing. CRPF, BSF, SAB, SIB, they are all clubbed in what? CAPF. Understood? There's a police tournament, golf tournament, happens within the police forces, the departments. So we happen to host it in Shillong. Because we also, Assam Rifles comes under the Home Ministry. Because we can't have so much forces under the Defense Ministry. Because there's a cap. Internationally cap लगा है हमने उसको internationally UN को बताया इतने forces है. So it cannot increase. So जब JNK में we had problem this militancy, so we raised something called as RR battalions. What is RR? Rashtriya Rifles. Okay, they are what? They are the army only. Same thing, everything, but more units created, infantry units created, but wearing a different uniform. RR ka uniform with an RR ka badge, but it's the same thing because you cannot push so much of forces there in JNK because Pakistan would object as per the treaty. So we raise what? RR button, internal security. Army is for cross border, but RR is for internal security like the others. Okay, so this is just to hoodwink the UN, the neighbors, and the protocols that is there binding on us. So these are the way the things are happening. So CAPF is nothing else but umbrella. All this club together is called as CAPF. Why so late? Coming so late?
Sir, observe, sir, for buying snacks, sir.
By the evening,
Fine, sir.
Sir, all the forces come under the Home Ministry are called paramilitary.
yes, parameter. BSF, CRPF, SRPF, SIB, SSB, IB, and there are a lot many other things. There are a lot many. In JNK, just for your information, for every citizen, I'm talking about some old data, there are 4 security personnel. How many? Yeah. For each Kashmiri, there are 4 paramilitary personnel over there. In various forms, all this SB, SIB, Air Force also had their intelligence, army, obviously army के भी अलग होते हैं, intelligence agencies आते हैं. They were also there, field service unit होती है, field unit होती है, वो भी intelligence gather करती है. All gathering. So every Kashmiri, there are 4 service personnel. Yet we are not able to what? Yet we are not able to what? without that high militancy. Because there are various things to it. I cannot tell you now on this live thing. Okay, otherwise it should not have been, it should have been eradicated long time back. But it's still there. Still we are losing people, losing our troops, trained troops. Okay. Pulwama also happened. We lost 40 of them. Very strange and unexpected. Okay. So now you understood what is the Defense Ministry and what is the Home Ministry. The Home Ministry controls all this. Okay. Assam Rifles is also under the Home Ministry. We guard all the borders of these 8 states, including Sikkim. Okay. What else? बेसिक्स के बारे में सोचो, बेसिक्स और आपका कुछ है नहीं है, वो कंफ्यूजन है कुछ, उसके बारे में सोचो, बस वही आएगा, काम आएगा. बाकी तो जो मैं बता रहा हूँ ये एम प्लस प्लस है. Aim is to know all the basics so that you give your interview smoothly. Yes, from there, those back benches, any point, any problem, anything that comes to your mind. No? Could we? Not required. At your stage, why should you go answer military quiz and all that? You're not, you learn. General तो बात की ना अभी हमने, what is Defense Ministry, what is Home Ministry, how the structure is made, what is DGOF, that is an ordnance factory, how things are sourced from there. Okay, ना, इससे और क्या कीजिए? It's a very basic interview that you are preparing. उस basic में से अगर if somebody doesn't knows anything or has a doubt, ask me.
I thought that every regiment is means whenever a regiment need any help, it is from Air Force. That will call us means that will call help from a certain squadron.
नहीं, it is not that way. Still, if let's say Kargil, okay, that we all know, we can relate also. Kargil is there. I want to, as a company commander, I'm taking my 120 people as a major. I'm going for attack. One point has been given to me. Okay. Now I am moving there. There's a minefield also in front, but I have to bridge, climb, attack, dislodge the enemy, and put my soldier there and capture. Okay. Now enemy is seeing me nicely. They fire. You know, they fire grenades, rifle grenades, rocket launchers. They'll fire all kind of weapons at me, at my 120 people. But I have to capture it. So what will I do? We have RT guns. You know, Bofors. Bofors will be given that target of subduing it. So Bofors will start firing. The moment they start firing, we are in their range. We are just about to come in the range. Range means 1000 meters, let's say. 1000 meters तक small arms fire हो सकते हैं. So 1000 meters, that is 1 kilometer. The moment I'm approaching 1 kilometer, our RT guns will open up. They'll bombard those heavy, very heavy, 155 millimeter ammunition. Just as a perspective, if it falls on a building, even if the concrete structure is about 1 foot, it will pierce that concrete structure. So if a bunker is got 12 inches of concrete, it will pierce that bunker and destroy. It will not only destroy that bunker, it will be destroying about almost 400, 500 meters of all the things that is there. Impact is heavy. It can fire 30 kilometers. How many kilometers? Bofors can fire 30 kilometers. Sitting here, you can fire at, you know what? So that is the impact of that weapon. So that will be used. There are other guns also, 105 and other 130 millimeter heavy guns also. There are motors also, 81 millimeter motor which fires 5 kilometers. So various weapons will be integrated into it. कि उधर से एक गोली फायर करने नहीं आना चाहिए. Understood? So it will be bombarded there nicely. And as I move, the fire, and the moment I am close there, the fire will stop. When it is in my range, and I have to run, because the enemy will pick up itself and they start firing again on me. So before the enemy can react, has got time to even think. The bombardment stops and I rush and fight and capture the locality. So now, if it is something like Kargil and the guns are not so effective, understood? Effective, but उतना effective नहीं है. Enemy अच्छी तरह बैठा हुआ डट के ऊपर एस्टोन में बैठा हुआ है, ऊपर है, इधर है, साइड में भी. So अगर आगे वाले मर भी जाते तो वो नेक्स्ट वाले उधर जाके ऑक्यूपाई करेंगे. So they'll be upset. I can't dislodge them. So that is the time we call for the help of the Air Force. We have a Air Force के साथ में GU officer, ground unit officer, GLO, ground liaison officer. One of the army officer is trained with the Air Force in asking for help. Okay, the GLO is there in the formation. So the moment it is required, the commander will call. He is a part of the planning everything. So he'll be told that ये coordinate पे हमको Air Force का ये चीज चाहिए. So he's got that different radio set which can communicate with the aircraft. Understood? It's a different UF channel होता है, ultra frequency channel. So he's got that set. So he'll communicate with the Air Force station commander and with the pilots also, and whosoever is there, and he'll ask for specific help. Then it will be relayed. Timing will be fixed. The Air Force will make a pass, will bombard them, drop bombs. So their bombs will be more accurate than the RT bombs. RT is firing from there. By the time the RT bomb actually comes there are so many factors. Wind factor. There's a wind blowing like this, the round will go that side. It may hit half a kilometer, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. It gets deflected. Then if there is humidity or there is sand pollution in the air, it will retard. उसकी स्पीड स्लो करेगा, डिस्टेंस कम जाएगा, वो 500 मीटर पहले गिरेगा. So all those parameters, humidity, climatic condition, cloud, उसका effect, wind कितनी चल रही है, क्या स्पीड से चल रही है, all that meteorological data has to be fed in the computer of that gun. Gun understood? So then that computer makes the correction and then gives you the coordinate, actual coordinate, and then you fire on that coordinate. Then after that also there are OPs, observation post. If army also has got helicopters. How many people know? Which helicopters are they? Okay, no, not wasting time. They are called as Chetak and Cheetah. Be very clear. They are called as Chetak and Cheetah. It's the same helicopter. Hai. Chetak is covered. Side se covered hota hai. Cheetah is not covered. Cheetah has got a typical thing. And Cheetah you will see in films. An Evening in Paris. Has anybody seen that? शम्मी कपूर लटकता उससे, आसमान से आया फरिश्ता, प्यार का सबक सिखलाने, and then so that is the Cheetah. It is a French helicopter. Those both of them, the same. So they are being used. We form the Air OP. So that's how the army has got those helicopters. Very small helicopters. It can carry only 150 kg load to Siachen. So those are basically meant to observe fire. When your RT is firing there, it is meant to observe from a safe distance where the round is falling and then relay the information here. It is air OP, observation post है वो. कहाँ पर है? हवा में. Otherwise, you have observation post made on trees next to near the border or on cliff or something hidden with those camouflage, and they have a telescope watching the enemy on that. But that here is a moving battlefield. So you require something to observe from this. So the air OP, air observation post, that is the helicopters, are supposed to be flying in the air and seeing where the round is falling. Then they give correction: 200 meters left, 200 meters right, 100 meters short हुआ है, then they correct and then fire. Understood, everybody? So that is how this air OP core has come up. But it's very scary to be in that helicopter, especially when you're doing all on your in the northeast. There are clouds and clouds and clouds, and the helicopter gets actually thrown away with all the turbulence. It's hardly a small helicopter. उसका वजन ही कुछ नहीं होता. जब turbulence होता है, cloud में turbulence होते रहते. वो turbulence आता नहीं. If you go into it, it'll throw you. You may bang into one of the cliff. I've traveled quite a lot in the northeast. From Shillong, I used to fly to various places also. Then my first, when I was second lieutenant, that time also, we did a lot of flying. Going to various posts, getting stuck at various places. Life full of adventure. Okay, so that's how the Air OP is there. That's how the Air Force is contracted by a GLO. GLO is a person from the army trained with the Air Force to communicate with them, to understand the limitation, to understand the capability of various aircrafts, various bombs, various missiles, and how to make use and how to actually communicate your exact requirement. Okay, understood? So today we also covered Air OP. Yesterday I told you about AD, air defense, which is against these fighter aircrafts. Guns, L-70 guns, they fire 4,000 rounds a minute. Any aircraft that is going through your airspace. Okay, so far? Understood? What else? I will only request you all to practice all this, what I said, your introduction, the way you have to take your name. Which is the way you have to take your name?
Oh, boss.
Yeah, what is your name?
Sir, my name is Arman Singh.
Arman?
Singh. Singh.
सिंह तो मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा. सिंह क्लियर नहीं. My name is Arman Singh.
My name is Arman Singh.
सिंह को एम्फेसाइज करो. कई बार वो शॉर्ट हो जाता. यस, ये क्यों हो रहा है? अच्छा, व्हाट्स योर नेम?
My name is Arnav Jadhav.
अर्णव जाधव. वेट करो, एक लाइन में क्यों बोलो अर्णव जाधव? My name is Arnav Jadhav. हाँ, okay. What's your name?
My name is Om Pakri.
So my name is Arya Bhupal.
Your आवाज, voice training is required. Yes,
Yeah.
what's your name?
So my name is Indrajit Gurpade.
Louder.
So my name is Aditya Sawant.
Good.
My name is Rohan
Rohan
Gadge.
गाड़गी. थोड़ा वजन डालो गाड़गी. Yeah,
Sir, my name is Shruti Palekar.
good, very nice.
Sir, I am Anjali Deve.
Anjali
Deve.
Devri.
Sir, my name is Kanishka. Sir, my name is Kanishka.
Louder, strong voice.
My name is Kanishka.
But loudly or practice. You are not practicing. Stand in front of a mirror. You also require practice. Stand in front of a mirror and speak louder, strong. Strongly, okay. Last,
My name is Disha Sawant.
next to you.
My name is Shreya Mohan.
Good. Much better than yesterday.
Sir, my name is Ashika Nirkar.
What about you?
My name is Amrita Sami.
Okay. So now you know how to speak your name. So my name is so so so. I am from Jalgaon, Pune, Ye. Oh, okay. My family comprises of 4 people: my parents and my brother. Don't have to say and me. तो मालूम ही है 4 में से वो. Don't state the obvious. Okay. Then what you say? I studied from so and so school. Okay. Or I'm studying so and so school. My interests are whatever the interest that we just spoke that day. Build up on that. Okay. And I play sports. और उसका वो मतलब क्या sports तुम खेलते हो. Okay. And what is your aim? Why are you joining the army or the defense forces? Because there can be so many reasons, as I said, and all reasons are correct. I like the lure of uniform. I like the disciplined life. I like adventure. And I like adventurous life. And other there are so many things that you can do. It's a very honorable job, honorable profession. So any of these things, 1 or 2, don't say 4, 5. 1 or 2 is more than sufficient. Then you wait after that. Wait for the question. See the question, but take all questions seriously. The question may, as I'm again saying, the question may appear very simple, but it has been asked with a definite meaning. So wait for the and I'll reply reasonably. Don't try to be smart there. Don't try to be, that immediately jump at the answer. That means you are prepared. You're written down about that. That's not what we want. I want to see naturally what kind of a personality you are. Because I have to make my notes, give you marks. Everybody does the same thing, they answer the same thing. So how can I differentiate? And how will I know the exact trait of you? हो गया उसको. क्वेश्चन 3-4 क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे मैक्सिमम हो गया. Thank you. 10 minutes. Sometimes it lasts only 8 minutes. Sometimes 12 minutes. Sometimes goes to 20 minutes also, depending upon the interviewer, what is looking into and how you reply. Understood? Backbenchers don't have to be worried about, but ये practice करो मेरे के सामने every day. Just practice. Free flow, easy free flow. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So practice. You have to build up your voice also. So practice, practice, and practice. And the best thing is you're talking about yourself. You're not talking about me or anybody else, isn't it? You're talking about yourself only. So you're the better judge in that case. Who can talk better about you than you, your own self? Yeah. What? You want to talk? Okay, come here. Come here first. Anybody who also wants to try can come and try. But you have to be prepared to a certain extent. Okay, don't start preparing here. These are the people.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shaurya Raut. I'm from Pune. My father's name is Subedar Major Vinod Raut. He serves in army. My mother's name is Bhagyashri Raut. She is a homemaker. I've completed my primary and secondary schooling from APS Pune Southern Command. The aim of my life is to become the CDS of India. To achieve that aim, I have developed some goals and I try to complete them in a specific amount of time at any cost. Thank you.
Firstly, okay. You people must say what are his good points and what are the bad points, or whatever he spoke. Jaldi, jaldi.
Sir, his tone is same everywhere.
What else?
Sir, is body posture.
Exactly. So you stand. Why is your hand behind?
Sir,
Why is your hand behind?
We should be at.
Why?
We should be standing at ease.
So you're standing at ease, but your hand can be on side. This is not ease. This may be submissive. So your body posture should be strong. Your chest should be out. Your neck should be straight. Your hand should be on the side. Side में नहीं रह सकते.
Like this.
ये भी है.
It should be at attention, right?
कौन बोला? Your attention means you. What is attention?
Yes.
Straight hand, straight chest out. This is attention. Okay. Now spread your legs. Easy. This is what. Standing at ease.
Yes, sir.
जब उस्ताद या कहीं भी तुम ड्रिल में देखते हो तो जो गार्ड का मतलब होता है वो थोड़ी हमेशा सावधानी रहेगा, वो ऐसे रहते हैं, वो थोड़ी पीछे आता है साइड वेज। और यहाँ उसकी स्टिक क्या रहती है, जो स्टिक कैरी करती है कमर से वो इधर रहती है, तो उसकी ऐसा करके तो लुक सो ऑड. दिस इज द पोस्चर. ओके, डोंट बी सबमिसिव. नो हैंड बिहाइंड, हैंड्स ऑन द साइड्स. When you are taking a parade, then you come into southern, tuck, then order people to come into southern. But otherwise, Vishram, वो विश्राम वो लोग खड़े रहेंगे हाथ पीछे कर, not you. Supposed to be on this side. But you're the leader, you're the person who's speaking about us. Okay, okay, next. फटाफट बोलो उसको, we should improve more. What else? Monotonous tone थोड़ा सा उसको ऊपर नीचे fluctuation चाहिए, and your posture का दो, and his good points also बोलो, not only criticizing.
Sir, I just want my criticisms.
No. Yeah.
No, sir, I actually want.
What you want is not there. These people are here to judge. I want their opinion. From that side. कौन बताओ उसके बारे में? फ्लुएंसी की अच्छी है बुरी है? अच्छी है. Good. Thank you. First class. अरे टोन थोड़ा सा ये करो, okay? और चेस्ट बिल्डअप करना, तुम्हारी चेस्ट बहुत अंदर. तो एक्सरसाइज करना था ना, तुम तो फौजी है तुम्हारे.
करता हूँ लेकिन वो स्कूल वाले ऐसे हो गया वो ऐसे.
अरे you can blame the entire world. Never blame anybody. चलो. In life, mantra is don't blame anybody and don't try to give explanation. ये हो गया वो हो गया. You're more eager to give explanation. You never learn. Anything that anybody tells you, take it as in the gospel truth first. See the intention. अगर वो malicious है, then just throw it away. If the person is not malicious, then you see why he is saying and how you can improve upon it. If you try to give explanation for every damn thing, you will only give explanation and nothing else. Never. And हर एक के criticism से don't get affected. उनका लेवल ही नहीं है तुमको क्रिटिसाइज करने का और तुमको बोलने का. So जो अगर तुमको क्रिटिसाइज कर रहा है, if you want to have some solution to a problem, go to a person who's capable, who's made his name in life, okay, who's an intellectual. उसके जाओ, वो अगर क्रिटिसाइज किया तो 100%. आते आते सब बोलेगा तो इट बी अ फुटबॉल, इधर मारा उधर मारा चल दिया. So be very clear, but don't try to answer to everyone. Social media, when you see तुमने कुछ डाला तो लोग पता नहीं क्या क्या डाल देते उठो पुठो. You feel bad, you may feel bad. Ignore or stop putting into social media. Best thing. Why waste your energy? ये तुम तुम्हारे फ्रेंड्स के लिए डाल रहे हो इन्फॉर्मेशन के लिए, और वो अगर उसको क्रिटिसाइज करते बैठे ये करके तो अचीव क्या हो रहा है उसमें से? Forget it. Don't put anything. Don't post anything. Understood? So don't react to everything. Don't try to answer everything. I mean like this, to every criticism. Hold your ground. And when you're wrong, make corrections immediately. Because there's a lot of things to learn. There are a lot of changes in your personality, in your mind, in your thinking, in your knowledge. A lot of things are yet to happen. So never do that, okay? What else? Well, at least give a clap for him. He made an attempt to come and speak, and that is the kind of confidence you should have in yourself. There's a kind of preparation you should have. Sometimes he does just shoots off, which he has to control. Okay, control.
But it's the I have read that what if someone hasn't played any kind of sports and all stuff, but he has did lots of activities? What should he say?
What activity? Now I want to know what activity you have done.
Climbing, skydiving, cycling.
So that's also the thing. There's a sport only. Scuba diving is a sport. Rock climbing is a sport.
Yes.
It is a sport only, na?
But what if they ask that what about the achievement? Can we say that I have cycled through the highest point and all?
Which point? Highest point?
Khurdung Pass. In
Khurdung to nahi hai yaar.
Khurdungla Pass.
Khardungla. हाँ, so that is an achievement. You should have some certificate also with you that you went there. Take certificate from
I have a photograph. Don't have any kind of certificate.
No. When you have done any, this goes for everybody. When you do some kind of activity, when you even at the planning stage itself, involve the media, involve people, involve NGOs. Even if they don't give you money, involve them. बैनर में लगाओ, फ्लैग दिखाने लगाओ उनको. So they also, उनके इसमें आता है, they seek funds by that, but then they will give you certificate. मेरा फोटो में फोटोशॉप करके खाजूना पे लगा दिया, nice cycle standing there, will not serve. People may not, because that's not the acceptable as truth. When you have gone there, there should be photographs, real photographs, and a certificate of having done cycling. By the way, Khardungla is not the highest motorable road. Okay? If you don't know, दिमाग में आंसर बनाओ ना पहले यार. क्यों अटेंड कर रहा है जब नहीं आ रहा है तो? मैंने पूछा क्या तुमको आंसर करने के लिए? नहीं पूछा तो फिर रुको जरा, दिमाग में करो. Once you know the exact thing, then you speak. If you don't know exact thing, you are disturbing everybody. I will tell you where is it. But Khardungla is not the highest motorable road.
But it is in top 3, right?
No, it is 8th. Not even 8th. It is I think 11th. It is 11th है, not even 8th. उससे ऊपर तो चांगला है. चांगला उससे 18 फीट ऊंचा है. Changla which takes you to Pangong Soli. Changla is supposed to be lower, but in the measurement, latest measurement, Changla is higher than Khardungla. The highest, all this is 18,000 feet. Khardungla. But the actual highest motorable road made recently is Umlingla. What is it? Umling La. La means pass. Khardungla. Changla. La means pass. Umlingla is the official record holder of the highest motorable road in the world. There is another one in Peru. And then the list of others. Okay. So Khardungla is about 11th, if I am not. It is lower than Changla by 18 feet. How many feet? 18 feet. So that's the latest. So maybe when you go to Khardungla, you'll find both highest motorable road and all that. But they are not repainting now. The paint is old, worn out. Because it is not the highest motorable road. Okay. So highest motorable road is Umlingla. There's a place called Hanle. What is the place? Hanle in Leh Ladakh only. What is the specialty of the place? Anybody? Hanle. Hanle. That is Pangong So. Hanle कहाँ से है? Pangong So. 35% in India, 65% in China. Okay. I spoke about it the other day. So what is Hanle known for? Largest नहीं होता यार. You don't coin words. It is the highest motorable road. That's all. Largest pass, ये pass, वो pass नहीं करता. Nobody has got time to keep measuring passes and all that. They keep becoming smaller. Then they keep pushing the stones, the rubble, the snow, and then it comes again back. So yeah, largest features mat gusa uska. The highest motorable road hota hai, that's what. And the height is measured, not the width of any of these passes. Okay. Yeah. So what is Hanle? Hanle is a place about 80 kilometers, 180 to 120 kilometers short of Umlingla, which has got an observatory, astronomical observatory. It's one of the finest in the world because there it's a very rarefied atmosphere. What is it? Rarefied. Means there is no pollution there. So you can observe the stars, you can observe the constellation, the planets and all that. So Hanle is famous for the observatory. That observatory is operated from where? Not in Hanle. There's nobody there in Hanle. There's only a watchman. Nobody observatory. वो डोम खुलता है रात में, ऑब्जर्वेशन है, वो टेलीस्कोप मूव होता है, सब कुछ होता है इन्होंने. Then morning में again it closes. All automated from Bangalore. From where? Yeah, Bangalore में इसको ऑपरेट होता है वो. And then they do all the astronomical studies. It's a very good thing. So if you plan a motorcycle expedition to Umlingla, where after your exams, if anybody wants to go to Leh Ladakh, Umlingla or whatever, they can come to me. I can make a plan within 10 minutes. How many? Where to go, what to see, where to stay, what kind of accommodation are there, what is the general cost of the accommodation, what all you should carry, because high altitude. There are a lot of high altitude related problems. So how you should prepare for it. Okay, there are tablets, Diamox tablet that you should take before you enter that area. One tablet every day. Every person should take. And then what are the symptoms of the diseases? High altitude sickness क्या होता है? Then वो हो गया तो क्या करना है? You have to lose altitude. You have to come back to lower altitude. That means you'll ruin the expedition of others also. So prepare beforehand. The beautiful thing, I've been twice, but I've not been to Hanle and Umlingla. That's it. So I'm planning for that in August. You see. I have an XUV 500. It's a fantastic vehicle and very well suited for it. I take that vehicle. The first time I went, it was in 2014. I've taken the Tata Safari. Beautiful vehicle. Very spacious. Then second time I went in this. Now also I'm going to take the XUV 500. You must venture out on your own, form teams, calculate finances, speak to people, see videos, and then make a plan. Then work out the final expenses, keep some margin, okay, save money and go. You drive there. Once you drive all that area, you'll feel so proud of yourself because you are driven in high altitude area, and in those kind of places where there's no road, the very narrow road, there's water stream coming in, and you're passing from there. It is devoid of vegetation. There's no vegetation. So oxygen levels are absolutely minimum in Leh. Beyond Kargil, when you move to Leh, vegetation finishes because there's no rain. When there's no rain, to घास कैसे होगी? Trees कैसे होगी? So there's only Indus River which passes through Leh, and on the banks of the river you'll find trees of a particular type of straight trees. That's all. हाँ तो कितने trees है उधर? तो फिर have you been to Shok River? Where? I'll tell you the entire thing about Shok River till Turtuk and back, and where we had been, you can't even imagine. Me, my wife, my son was small at that time. and my cousin. We went from a road which was just so much to the mountains, and there were loose rocks here you couldn't even catch. To catch, it will come down. And Shok River, what he's saying is flowing thousands of feet below, and that is all rocky, loose. Himalayas is a very loose sedimentary. You know what is Himalayas? It's a sedimentary rock. What is sedimentary rock? Sediments of the river, ocean, all that. Okay. Sediments keep coming in, they keep compacting and becomes a rock. So when there was a plate, Indian plate and all that plate, when the Africa plate, when they collapsed, when they bumped into each other, the Himalayas rose. When you go to Himalayas, in certain places like Himachal and all, the Arunachal and all that, you find when there's a cutting there, you can find the layering of rocks. Big rocks, these big rocks, about so much of layer. There are these smaller rocks, smaller than that, a layer of again this thing. Again, it's smaller. As if somebody has come and he's placed those rocks there. Those are sedimentary rocks. If you hit with a small stone, entire mountainside comes down. That's why you find that it is very risky to travel in the Ladakh area. Kashmir side, it is also the same. Himalayas. It starts from Kashmir. In fact, it starts from Hindu Kush, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. That it starts from there, it goes to Arunachal and beyond. But this side, in the Kashmir side, we have trees. So trees hold them. Water, rainfall is there. Water is there everywhere. So we don't have that kind of a problem. It's greenery. Here, there's no greenery. Okay. Those few trees along a river will not do anything. They will not add significantly at all. And you can't plant any tree because there's the water. Water is there in the river, but only that. You'll find stark mountains, huge, different shades of brown, light brown, dark brown, gray, black, shades of gray, huge mountains. And below the mountains, you'll find rubbles, big stones. In fact, sometimes it falls on your vehicle also. It does fall, it keeps falling because it's a loose rock everywhere. When we are gone here, Chok River, what he said, for Turtuk, when we are coming back, there was a big boulder, bang on the road. हम बच गए अगर हमारे टाइम पे लगता हमारी गाड़ी को तो नीचे ले जाता. Then there were people, BRO people, we also helped them out and shifted that huge rock to one of the sides a little bit so that vehicles can move from. Leh Ladakh, you must plan, go, take experience, ride, whether it is a four-wheeler. Don't worry about a vehicle. The vehicle should be fit and you should know a little bit about the vehicle. Carry some space, especially clutch plate and those belts. If it is a spark plug, then you carry some spark plug, some this and that. There are altos and centros moving around very freely in that area. Altos are what, 800 cc. Centro is also about 800,000 cc. Old Centros are moving around. So it is not the vehicle, it is you. There were two couples who came from New Zealand. They took our auto rickshaws. Auto rickshaw ना हमारी, बजाज की auto rickshaw. वो लिया उसको पेंट किया green ये सब करके, and they went to through Sinkula Pass. मनाली के आगे जाकर धारचूला था, उसके आगे से ये धारचूला नहीं है, it's Darcha seat goes to, one goes road to Leh सीधे, the other one goes to Sinkula Pass. They were those two ladies in one auto and their husband in the other. 150 cc की ऑटो क्या चलेगी, वो धक्का मार के, वो एक लेडी बैठी थी, दूसरी लेडी बाहर आती थी और धक्का मारी है, स्नो हो रहा है, पानी हो रहा है, उधर से कीचड़ गिर रहा है, साइड में वो jagged mountains है, but she was pushing. The one chap who was going in his Jimny, YouTuber, he used to go and he used to also push in the next bend. Again, and their husbands also, three-wheeler. They did that entire pass in a Bajaj auto, 150cc Bajaj auto. So it's the spirit. These people have spirit. Every 15th of August, there's a father and a son who comes to Manali, and they cycle from Manali to Leh, 450, 470 kilometers on cycle. Father and son, imagine the father's age, every year. And we are sitting here coolly, doing nothing, isn't it? When you compare those people, the spirit and all that, that's the actual spirit. And they come to India. And we want to go to other countries. That is also good. But that is a touristy place. Adventure lies here. Such a wide territory. We have got everything. We have got mountains. We have got snow. We have desert. We have jungles. We have glacier. We have urban area. सब कुछ है इंडिया में. All kind of terrains. First explore these. Take a bike. Take a backpack. Go. It doesn't cost much. Take a tent with you. Tents these days just cost about 3,000, 4,000 rupees. Good tent. Decathlon भी दे रहे हैं. Small bike के लिए चलो खाना पीना बांधो उसमें लगाओ पीछे. Move. Carry extra jerrycan for fuel. Form a group and go. When you go to these places, you can proudly tell the interviewing person or your friends or whatever that you have been here, but also film it. Also, they have a certificate for it. At your stage, okay? I don't require any certificate for anybody, but at your stage, you require certificate because when you go to in your life, when you say something to somebody, you have to be convinced also. So you show the certificate, authenticity of your tour, of your adventure. Stay outside, stay first class, tent में रहो. बच्चा कुछ नहीं होता. When you're alone, if you go with family, then you need to have proper accommodation. Carry a medical pouch, carry water bottles, metal water bottles for keeping the water warm. Because there's a lot of dehydration. You keep dehydrating, so keep drinking water. गर्म पानी पीते रहना, flask रखो, पीते रहो. Maybe 10 pitch करो, you're there. किधर है वो? वैष्णव वैष्णव किधर है? सर किधर है?